Okay, here's the finished scoreboard that I was working on. As you can see, it's on. It's like really bright, but that's kind of like the daylight mode, where it's bright. But what I did, built the electronics, bought a laser cutout panel on the front online, and which is pretty cool. I didn't have to drill a whole bunch of holes, and then just built the box around it and mounted on this little tripod that I had laying around. So anyway, the next step for me is developing the software for it, and that is going to be a little bit of a challenge. I've never done iPhone development, or I was thinking about maybe doing it on the Nexus One on the Android OS. And never done that either, so that should be fun. But you know what? Never built a scoreboard either, so that's not going to stop me, I don't think. So anyway, but for right now, I'm just controlling it through a simple Telnet session, and that's really what the apps are going to do in the background is open up a TCP connection to the scoreboard and then just send commands over to the scoreboard. So I'm going to turn this down because it's blinding me in my office right now. So all I have to do is hit the D for dim, the D button. So if I hit D, it spits out the status every time I hit a key. My Telnet session, as you can see, as I hit D, it gets dimmer and brighter and just kind of wraps around. So I'm going to set it on a good setting for this camera, which looks to be about that, which is about halfway. Okay, so anyway, so that's kind of it there, and then really made the command line pretty simple. You can press the period and enter direct code in to turn on certain segments on the numbers, or you can actually just type in, for example, lowercase g decrements the guess score, and uppercase G increments the guess score. So if I just hit capital G a few times, you can see it goes up, and if you hit lowercase g, it goes back down. It just seemed to be a lot easier than having the software figure out all that by itself. And I can just program it in the firmware on the microcontroller on the scoreboard, and then just not have to worry about it. It always works. So that's kind of the way I'm doing it. I is the same thing for innings, so up inning, down inning, and they also wrap around so properly. So that's kind of nice. And then H is for home, of course. Oops, I hit lowercase h. So there you go. And it does wrap around properly and all that good stuff. So that's kind of neat. I want to win. Okay, there we go. I'm winning. For ball strikes and outs, it's just BSO, and those I just did lowercase. So lowercase b will get you the balls. Lowercase s it gives you the strikes, and the lowercase o gives you the outs. So that's it. Really, it's pretty. It's a pretty complex electronics, but you know the way I developed it in there, it looks makes it pretty simple to comprehend. And heck, if you had a Telnet out at the field, you could probably control this thing manually anyway. Oh, one last thing is when the scoreboard comes up, I'll just power it off and on here. It goes through a self-check routine just to make sure all the shift registers are working right and all the segments are working right. And it comes up with this X thing here, and of course that's not good for the start of a game. So, so what you want to do here is just have a button to reset the scoreboard. So you just hit R on the Telnet here. You just hit R, and then it resets the scoreboard to the beginning of the game, which is kind of nice. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the electronics. If I can, it's kind of dark in here. I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but we'll try. So in the back here, you've got on this side here, those LEDs in there are actually the wireless interface. It's a SparkFun breakout board for the Wi-Fi GSX from Roving Networks, I think it is. It's a pretty cool thing because it'll set up an ad hoc network, which is what I'm going to have to use when I'm out at the ball fields because we don't have Wi-Fi out there. There's the microcontroller. It's just a self-developed Arduino-ish type board that I use for doing all my prototyping. It just breaks out all the pins. And I have standard boards I plug in. And the board, if you can see it, that's plugged in there on the top is my in-system programming board for the Atmel 3 or Aviard ATmega 328P. That's running the show. I could probably actually do this on a Tiny, because the code is only about 2K for this whole project. And then you can see here these are the numeric boards here. Center board is for innings and ball strikes outs. There's the other 2 digits over there. It's all being run off of a 400 amp hour lithium polymer battery. And I don't have my little voltage monitor in there, but I have a voltage monitor in there just to make sure I don't run this thing down, run the battery down to dead. And that's about it. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I can post a little bit more on the particulars of the electronics as I was intending. And now that I got a little free time because I'm done with the project, maybe I can do that. So anyway, thanks for watching.